leading scorer of this one, Gary Ward from Minnesota, is up there hitting for Honeycutt. Ball one. Your leadoff man is Glenn Hubbard. Then you have Raines. Then you have Dravecky in the number 3 slot. Then Oliver, Murphy, Schmidt, and Carter remain the same. McGee bats 8th, and Thon, who hit for the pitcher and stays in, bats 9th. 1-1. 1-2 to Gary Ward. Ward really blossomed last year. He hit 28 home runs, 91 RBIs. Boy, he had a jackknife to get out of the way of that one. That's the picnic area, which is underneath, really, and behind the left field wall. That's how it looks if you're down there. To center, and McGee's going to get his feet wet if he can catch up to it, and he does. So he no sooner gets in the game, he handles a fly ball. Interesting too to see. And here's Rod Carew. Carew tonight singled, walked intentionally, singled again. He's 2 for 2. Dravecky pitching against one of the great hitters in the game, Rod Carew. Dravecky had won only 5 Major League ball games before this year. He was a 21-round draft pick of Pittsburgh, and here he is on the All-Star team, piled away.
I think it's amazing the way Carew can adjust, not from day to day, but it seems like from pitch to pitch. He has all kinds of different stances, just complete control of that strike zone.
Ground foul. Just imagine, he has hit 300 or better for 14 consecutive seasons, and he's now challenging the 400 barrier. Rod Carew. Dravecky has it, underhands to Oliver. So 2 down in the 5th inning, and Robin Yount coming up.
One of the things about Dravecky that I like, he's not afraid to come inside to the right-hand hitter with that fastball. You saw him do it with Ward. Let's see if he does it with Yount. He'll come into that kitchen.
Here's Robin Yount, struck out, had a scoring fly ball and walked, and he hits one up the middle. Dickie Thon behind the bag, over to Oliver. Good play. So Yount losing a base hit on a good play by Dickie Thon of Houston. And at the end of 5, the American League 9 runs, 9 hits, and the National League 3 runs, 5 hits. Behind the plate is Bruce Benedict of the Atlanta Braves. First base, Darrell Evans of the San Francisco Giants. The 1-1 pitch, ball 2. At third base, from the Los Angeles Dodgers, Pedro Guerrero. And in right field, getting a big roar when it was announced, Leon Durham. Ground foul. Oh, there's Leon. So defensively, the National League stacks up this way. Evans, Hubbard, Thon, Guerrero, Raines, McGee, and Durham, Benedict behind the plate, and Dravecky on the mound. And it is 9-3 American League, bottom of the 6th inning. Fred Lynn, when he hit his grand slammer in the 3rd inning, it's the 4th All-Star home run in his career. Boy, that's riding the elevator, huh? Grand slam home run and then strike out. 1 away. If you wonder, the record for home runs in All-Star competition for a career, Stan Musial with a half a dozen. Of course, huh?
Yes, and Stan was here and got a touch of the stomach flu or something. something and had to go back to St. Louis. We understand he's in the hospital feeling much better, and he's probably watching it. So he's got the harmonica out playing the Wabash Cannonball right now.
Our prayers for a speedy recovery.
We'll send Chuck Mangione in to help him.
Here's Jim Rice. He was aboard on an error. He had a double play ball, and Mike Schmidt kicked it in the first inning. But then he homered in the third and popped up in the third. So Rice is 1 for 3. 9-3 American League. Bottom of the 6th. Knocked the glove right off Benedict's hand.
Well, they don't really grip that glove anymore like they used to. You can see it's almost like a pair of tweezers, and they've got the sponge that cover the index finger. They got the other glove. One finger's out of there. You do everything but catch the ball with your hand. You catch it right in the webbing.
I wonder if he gets good reception with that finger like an aerial out there. I wouldn't do that with Dave Steve pitching, I'll tell you.
First guy I ever saw do that was Yogi. There was nothing scientific about it. He said my finger hurt.
1-1. Ground ball wide to third. Under Guerrero's glove and through into left field. So we'll see how they rule it. And it'll be a base hit. So Jim Rice bangs it just under Guerrero.
Here's a good look at it. Guerrero just doesn't get to it. It's past him. I think if you'd asked Lasorda, his manager, what he should leave at the hotel, if he had to leave something, it would be his glove. But be sure to bring your bat.
There's George Brett. Had a scoring fly ball, tripled and scored and flied to left. And he drives it over the roof foul, almost behind the plate. The memories that come along. You know, in 1906, Upton Sinclair wrote a book called The Jungle. It really gave the city of Chicago kind of a punch in the ribs. Tough place. But 1906 was also the only Chicago White Sox Chicago Cubs World Series. The town was really alive. In case you care, the White Sox won that series 4-2. But trying to tie the past to the present.
What kind of a year did Upton St. Clair have?
He had a very good year, thank you.
Okay.
0-2 the count.
Oh, Upton, pretty good hitter, wasn't he?
Like the ball up.
You know, talking about Musial, I'll never forget that home run he hit in Milwaukee because it's extra innings. And I remember he said to Yogi, I'm getting tired. I want to go home. Yogi said, me too. And Stan hit the home run off Sullivan.
Brett fouls it away. Well, of course, the last All-Star game played here was marked by home run in 1950. Remember, Ralph Kiner came up and hit a home run in the 9th inning to tie, and Red Schoendienst hit it out in the 14th, and it was time to go home.
And he told Jocko Conlon when he was in the field, he said, I'm going to hit one out. When he got to second base, he said, how about that, Jocko? I didn't lie to you.
1-2 the count at George Brett. Big crowd having a ball, predominantly American League fans, and they saw the American League just take the wheels off the Nationals wagon in the 3rd inning. A 7-run third. They lead 9-3. 2-2. Brett, a tobacco chew. Did you chew any tobacco?
Sadly, I admit that I did, but I don't anymore, and I wish they would all stop it.
Yeah. High foul out of play. I remember Don Zimmer, who always chewed tobacco, finally convinced Pee Wee Reese, who had never chewed tobacco. You should try it. And Reese had been in the big leagues, 1,000 years. There's a master tobacco chewer. In fact, so is Pat Dobson. Anyway, Pee Wee tried to chew it. He swallowed it on the first ground ball.
I got hit at home plate and swallowed it. What happened to Pee Wee?
Had to leave the game. Brett foul tips and strikes out. You know that shot of Harvey Keene? If you played trivia with him, there are 2 things I'll remember about Harvey Keene forever. He made the last out twice in Sandy Koufax's no-hitters. He was with the Giants, and he hit a comebacker to the mound in 1963, and then he struck out when Sandy Koufax pitched a perfect game against the Chicago Cubs. But he still chews tobacco.
I tell you, you talk to a tobacco chewer, you walk away and you look like you got the measles. They talk in sprays.